I'm was contemplating building or buying a bedder for my Kubota tractor, and I started looking at different bedders and attachments online, and one of the first places that I went to was Everything Attachments. And I was looking at this GB60 59-inch field bedder, and I do like the design of this thing. As far as right here, you can actually move these bedders in close to the middle. You can put a furrower and attach it here, and that's nice. So you can use the middle of this thing. I like being able to use the middle. I like that option there. So I do like this. Now I come down here and I looked at the price tag, $625, and yeah, it sounds like a lot of money. And when I looked at it, I said, wow, that's a lot of money. I can build one cheaper than that. Let's see what I can build one for. So I decided that I would go ahead and make a video about garden bedders and look at the Everything Attachment garden bedder, which I think is a nice, high quality garden bedder, and start looking at building my own and what the cost difference would be. So I went to Agri Supply to get, to look for my parts like my hillers and stuff like that. And when I got to Agri Supply, I noticed they sell this elevator frame, which is basically the frame for the bedder. Now the thing I don't like about this frame is the bar doesn't go across the middle right here, so you can't really put anything in the middle of this thing. It's $219.95, but it doesn't come with anything. You've got to buy your hillers, you've got to buy your sweeps or your cultivators or whatever it is that you're going to put on here. You got to buy all that separately. So I started looking at getting the parts together. So we're going to kind of run through getting this thing put together, and put together a video of actually building our own garden bedder. And at the end, we'll find out how much money we spent as opposed to buying one from Everything Attachments at $625, and decide whether or not it was actually worth the effort to build one. So stay tuned. So the first piece we're going to start off with is a piece of plate steel for the project we picked up. It's 4 inches wide, 36 inches long, and 3/8 inch thick. We're going to cut this on the bandsaw back here. We're going to cut 4 8-inch long pieces out of this 36 inch long piece. Get that done and we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so we're going to lay out some lines on we got our pieces cut roughly 8 inches long, and we got a little bit of a salami cut on this thing. You can see it's a little under 8 right there and a little over 8 down here, so it's not exactly square. Doesn't seem like any of them are really square, and I'm not going to go through a lot of trouble to square them up. I know that this right here is 1 inch wide, and I want to come in 1 inch before I put the first line. I'm just going to set that down there and bring it on over up against there roughly, and we're going to just scribe our first line. Try to keep it tight, and that's our first line. Turned out very good, too. Ain't showing up too great. Okay. Now, the next line that we're going to do is going to be 2 inches from that line. So I'm just going to bring this on in until we line up on this 10 right there. Mark right there. This is going to be where our second line is going to go. That's your second line right there. Now that should measure 2 inches between the two. Okay. Now this is about 4 inches, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up from this end and come up bottom, mark that, and then 1 inch from this bottom, mark that, and then line those two up. And that's where that one's going to go. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. We're going to mark 1 inch. And come over here, mark 1 inch. That. So now we should have a 2 inch by 2 inch square inside of here, and that's what it's measuring. Okay. Now we're going to go from this side of the line. We're going to go over to, okay, let's see. I'm going to set that on 4 inches. Matter of fact, I think 3.5 inches would probably do it. I'll tell you what. Let's go 3 3 3/4 inches. And we're going to put a line right here. Like that. And then we're going to come down halfway. And we're going to put a little mark right there. That's where it is. Cuttings right there. That's it. Yep. That's it. So we're going to cut this out, and then we're going to bore a hole right here. It's going to be about 7/8 of an inch. So 7/8 of an inch is going to be about, you know, a little less than 1/2 an inch. So that's going to leave us a little more than 1/2 an inch on this end right here. And that should give us enough room for the quick hitch to go up in there. Alright, so let's get that cut out, get that drilled out, and just showing the road. Okay, so we got our 8-inch pieces cut, and I bored a hole over here, just a pilot hole, and this is going to end up being like a 7/8 hole about when we get done. And we're going to cut, we need to cut a square hole over here, okay, and I think we're going to cut it with the cutting torch. So I drilled a pilot hole on each corner, okay, to give me a place to start with my torch, so that I can cut over to a hole, cut over to a hole, cut over to a hole. And it's not going to be a super tight fit. I'm more concerned with it being straight, so if I have to make it a little bit bigger and kind of fudge it around a little bit, so be it, So anyway, working on getting this part done next. Okay, going to show you something real quick now. We got our piece setting up here with the 4 holes drilled in it, and I built this little jig right here, and this is the same size piece of metal that's going to go in the side of this square hole. So we welded a piece of solid round stock in there, okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to set it up on the plate. We know that we want it 1 inch off of each side, so we got this set on 1 inch. We're going to bring that in like that. I'm going to kind of push it on over to there. I'm going to check this side over here. Bring it on down. I'm going to come over here on this side and check. And we are just inside of 1 inch right there. Now we can go ahead and we kind of know where that's going to go. We also know that this right here is about 1 inch wide, so we can actually run this on down like that, put it against the end. Actually, we'll put it like that, might be better, and we'll bring it up tight against there. And now we know that that's square, so we'll take our clamp, put it on there, clamp it down, check it. Right there. And that's looking pretty square right there. We're 1 inch. We're 1 inch. And we're just a little over 1 inch right there, which is fine. Okay. Yep. I think that's going to get us. So now we've got that on there. We've got that tight. We can get the torch over here. We're going to use this just as a guide to cut this thing. Let's get the torch fired up. Okay, and we're just gonna use this as a guide. We'll bring it right on down here. We're gonna kind of angle it just a little bit, just a skosh. And going over there, getting heated up. Come on. And there's one side. And now we're gonna come on up in here and get this side. Oop. And I think we're almost running out of fluid. Running out of fuel. We're getting low on fuel. Getting low on fuel. Getting a little low on fuel. Alright, let's keep going there. Getting kind of low on fuel, so she don't want to quite throw the heat that we need because we're getting low on fuel. I'm gonna try to get through these cuts if we can, though. Only got to do 4 of these. So. This side. If at all possible. Go. All right. I think we got them cut now. We can let it cool down. We'll knock that plug out of there. She's hot now. Need to knock it back this way. We had to let it cool down a little bit so I can handle it. But I cut it on going in like this, so we got to knock it back this way to get it out. So I'm gonna have to let it cool down a little bit, and then flip it over, and then drive it through the other way with the ball peen hammer. But you get the idea. All right, we got it knocked out. It's getting a little dark out here, so I don't know if you can see it very good, but got it knocked out of there. Got a fairly good square hole. Clean it up with the die grinder a little bit, and we should be okay. It shouldn't be. Hopefully, it won't be so daggone big that we can't, fill in whatever gap we got when we weld it up. So, all right, let's get on with it.